day by day, he's becoming more confident. He's understanding the world better. Obviously his brain is maturing. As he matures, his reaction to sensory problems are changing, improving. So, we've got a long way to go. I don't expect him to be a mathematician just yet, but with his natural charm and his eagerness to learn the social skills, I'm sure we'll get there.
From where he was to where he was, to where he's now, fundamental change. He can now sometimes he can actually self-regulate.
Yeah.
So if he knows he's upset, he knows that he might need to go and take himself off. He may ask to be alone. He can actually say sometimes, Shania, leave me alone, I want to be on my own, or I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And then we can leave him, and then later on he'll come back down.
Long-term concern is his independence, isn't it? Because you get children at his age who go out and play with their friends, they go on their bikes, they might go to the shops locally. He's always with us, or he's always with someone.
Couldn't leave Jason on his own. As brothers, you can leave them together. If I have to nip out to the shops or I'm at work and Gary comes home from the centre, no problems once they're together. They're independent enough now, to a point. And while it's like that, we cope very well then as a family. But I don't know what it'd be if it got worse and I've got to concentrate and pack jobs up and things like that. Don't know. Just have to wait and see. You take each day as it comes, to be honest with that.
I used to be a volunteer for Merseyside Fire and Rescue, which used to go out and put up smoke alarms in people's houses. And we did a fantastic job. Fitted up 15,000 smoke alarms all over Merseyside.
I work at Acorn, been there about 22 years, and I'm staff. And I work with all my friends and cook tricks for them and give them teas, coffees and everything, teas and coffees and that for them.
I get a good social life and go out sometimes and go various places by myself. I go out there and everywhere, just to the centre and here and maybe out into town sometimes by myself, which I have been.
I worried as a child that the only alternatives for my siblings would either be me looking after them, which I knew that my parents didn't want, or them going to live in a home. Neither was what we wanted. Fortunately, it's around the time that our father died, individual budgets came into being, but this was after Howard had left. And so, as a result of that, both Ian and Susan now live in what was the family home, and they have support through their individual budgets to live there as independently as possible. I do work very hard on that, with their support, trying to get that right. Their benefits, their finances are all my responsibility. But as normal a life as possible, that is what they have.
I don't know how independent he will be in the future, but I'm sure he will have a nice social life. He will have a meaning of life, and he will have the sense of accomplishment.
Soren has aspirations to going to university, and I don't see why she shouldn't. She has a very high IQ. Again, she might not do it at 18, it might be at 21, but she should be able to do that. And as long as she can get her nerves in check, then that will be great.
I want to be an Olympic swimmer and work in that office like my mummy to start off with. I want to play musical instruments.
I want to be a beauty and makeup designer for film.
Gymnast, a hairdresser, or a doctor.
What did you say you wanted to teach as well?
And teacher. Or an office lady.
I've achieved an awful lot of things, like NVQs, apart from being a qualified referee and qualified coach. I don't think anybody in the world with my conditions ever achieved that in that way. I also got, going back to the Fire Brigade, I got an award for it a few years ago for doing 200 hours in the community at HMS Eaglet in town.
When you see how they've come on, and you have so much fun, we have our holidays, you know, we have our nights out, we have our ups, we have our downs. Typical family, that's all I can say. I mean, I'd be lost without them, to be honest.
Do all the things you want to do as a family. So have holidays.
Yeah, we do,
you just know it's going to be lots of noise on a plane.
Yeah.
but still go on holiday, because once you've
yeah.
landed, you have a fantastic time.
Yeah.
So do all the things you want to do, but just do the preparation beforehand.
He's going towards the right direction. Maybe it's in a slower pace, but we are okay with that.
We had a really happy childhood. We were always going out to places, always doing things together. But I think at the time it was more the thing that disability was hidden away. But we certainly didn't hide it away. But we did get loads of stares, and I used to feel really embarrassed when people were staring at us. And that has certainly changed over the years. People are far more friendly towards my siblings, far more understanding. They might look, but if you smile at them, that can often get engaging conversation. And I have met the most wonderful people through my brothers and my sister.